Hello everyone, this is Stephanie. Welcome to another video. So today we're going to work on the sunflowers earring. And this is a little brick stitch earring we are brick stitching around a center component, around a ring. So I've got a 12 millimeter ring here and here. And then we've got a 16 millimeter ring for the bigger earring. So this earring is about an inch, a little over an inch in diameter, and this one is about an inch and a half. So they're really very cute, very fun, not hard to do at all. So I'm going to clear these off and we're going to get a materials list going. All right, see you in a few. Okay, let's get our materials list going. So the most important thing for this earring is you're going to need these little rings, and I'll show you what they are. This is a 12 millimeter ring and this is a 16. These are from Beadalon, and I have a couple of different types here. So let me just show you this one first. Okay, so this is the 12 millimeter is called a quick link. Now these are the bigger quick links. These are 20 millimeters, but you can get them in 12 millimeter. And they are solid rings, and they have sort of an edge, you know, see that flat edge on it? So it's very easy to brick stitch around this. These are the 16 millimeter here. You can get these in 16 millimeter too. The 16 millimeter here, that's this one, is called just a solid ring, and it's twisted. Doesn't matter, either one works. You can go to Beadalon's website. You can go to, I got these at AC Moore, my local craft store. If you have an AC Moore, Michael's, Joann's, it's possible they will all have them. That's where I got them. Most bead websites sell Beadalon products, so you can find, so very easy to find these. All right, so those are the links. You need some 10-0 Delicas. We need some 8-0 seed beads, some 11-0 seed beads. We've got a Rondelle here. This is a 2x3 millimeter. If you use a bigger one, you're going to get a bigger earring, or you can use Bicone. This is a 4 millimeter Bicone. The 4 millimeter Bicone looks, I think, better than the 3 millimeter. You'll need a couple of ear wires, a little stop bead, size 11 beading needle, and I'm using 8-pound black satin Fireline. I like this for this piece. It looks, it works very well. All right, so gather up your materials and we'll get started on this earring. See you in a few. Okay, so we're going to make the mate to this one. The procedure for the smaller ring and the larger ring is exactly the same. You're just going to use, there are going to be a different amount of beads on. Now, just a little heads up. The first round is going to be the 10-0 Delicas. This round for this ring, this Beadalon ring, it takes 19 beads of the 10-0. This one takes 20, I think it's 24. Now, depending on your ring, because brick stitch is so dependent on size of beads, etc., you may have one bead or more or one less. For this round, it doesn't matter. So for the 10-0 Delica round, it does not matter if it's an even number or an odd number of beads, as long as they're spaced nicely. Okay, and this is what you'll learn if you're sort of new at brick stitch. You'll learn you have to space a little bit. It takes some decision making. The second round, the 8-0s, must be an even number if you want your petals to look like this. All right, and I'll show you how to do that. So take your ring, and, before we do that, thread your needle with about 4 feet of Fireline. Put on a stop bead, leave a tail to sew in. You'll probably need a little less for the smaller ring, but I'm just going to put that amount on. So pick up your 10-0 Delica, and I'll pull in super tight for this. Here's my ring, just coming through the back of the ring. I'm going to hold my thumb there to keep the Delica in place, because I want to attach it to the ring there. So I'm just going to hold it like that. First one's a little clumsy. So I've come through the back of the ring. I'm just going to come back up the front of the Delica here. So you see, just back up the Delica. And that's going to place it on the ring. See that? Just like that. Pick up another Delica, come through the back of the ring. Just going to hold my thumb there to keep it in place. Then come back up the Delica. Just like that. We have 2 on. Pick up another one, come through the ring, hold it with your thumb, come back up the Delica. So you're just wrapping the Delica around the ring. That. Do it one more time. Pick up a Delica through the back of the ring. Hold it with your thumb. Come back up. Just like that. All right, so continue doing that all the way around the ring. Stop a bead or so before the end, and I'll show you how to connect. All right, see you in a few. Okay, we're back. So I'm about to put my last bead on. So I'm just going to come through like that, just like we've been doing. And up. So here we are. So now I'm going to connect the two. I don't have room for another bead. You want to make sure it's nice and straight. So here's my tail thread. That's my first bead I put on right there. Just coming out of this one, I'm going to go through this one. Like that. I'm going to come through the front of the ring to the back. And I come up that same bead that I just went through. It's the one with the tail thread coming out of it. It just makes a cleaner finish. Okay, so there we go. That's exactly how it should look. All right, so get that done, and then meet me back here, and we'll put on the 8/0s. All right, see you in a few. Okay, we're back. So now let's get the 8/0s on. So remember I said it is very important that you have an even number of 8/0s around your beads. And with the 12mm ring, you will have 18 beads around, and with the 16mm ring, you should have 22. So I'm going to pick up two 8/0s. I'm going to pull in a little bit tighter here. Coming out of here, so you're going to skip one thread bridge. So here's the thread bridge here. Skip this one, come through the second thread bridge, back to front, and then up this second bead right here. Now you have your first two beads on. Don't worry about the little wonky bead, we're going to connect it at the end. Pick up a bead, come through the next thread bridge, just like that. Pick up a bead, come through the next thread bridge. Keep going. Next thread bridge. You want to make sure these are nice and lined up. You don't want any bunching. So I'm just going to keep going around. And you're putting a little bit bigger bead on over a smaller bead, so it's going to take up more space, and that's how you're going to get your even number on. Just happens to work really well with these. So I'll just keep coming around. Notice like some of the bigger beads or the wonky shaped or the skinny ones, I'm taking those out and trying to find more uniform beads. I'm just going to keep going around. Work all the way to the end together, just to get you connected. Like that. So let's count, see where we are. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I have 16 beads. 17. That's 18. Just like that. Now, I have another thread bridge here. I'm not going to go through that thread bridge because I want to have an even number of beads. So I'm coming out of here, I'm just going to come down this one, and I don't have room anyway, but you want to make sure it's an even number. So I have 18 beads on, coming through this bead, I'm going to go back through, up through this one, and then when I pull, it's going to pull them together, and that way I have 18 beads on. So you're going to give it a little pull so it straightens everybody out. If you have some little space in between, you can always, like, you know, massage it a little bit and play with it. See how I did that, and all of a sudden my beads are closer together. You can even take your needle and just give it a little push like that, just to get a little space in between. This is all part of brick stitch. It you know, the size of the bead matters. You want to make sure you get the right number on, so you might have to just play with a little bit. That's the fun of brick stitch too, is learning how to do this so that it looks nice and it looks even. You want to make sure all your edges are straight. That's the most important thing. The space in between, you can, you know, like I said, you can fudge it a little bit. All right, so get to that point, play a little bit if you're new to this, and then meet me back here and we'll go to the next step. All right, see you in a few. Okay. So now we're going to need our levinos, which I forgot to put out, so let me grab those. Okay. So let me grab your levinos and grab your Rondells or your Bicones, whatever you're using. You're coming out of here, pick up an 11-0, Rondell and an 11-0. Coming out of here, we're just going to go down beads now. We're not going to go use the thread bridge. Come down the next bead, just like that. And then up this bead. 11-0, Rondell 11-0. Coming out of here, come through this one. Up the next one. 11-0. Rondell 11-0, coming out of here, this one, come through the next one. Just going to do that all the way around. So get that done, meet me back here at the end, and then we'll continue. Okay, I'm coming down to my last group of 11-0, Rondell 11-0. Coming out of here, I'm going to come through this one. That last one on, then I'm going to come up the next one plus that 11-0. Can't get them at the same time, just do one at a time. So I'm going to be coming out of this 11-0, just fighting me a little bit. Let's try that. Okay, there we go. So where you want to come out, pick up 6 11-0s, excuse me, pick up 3 11-0s, your ear wire, and 3 11-0s. Coming out of this guy, just come back down this one, and the 8-0. That should pop the beads around the rondelle. Come up the next 8-0 and the 11-0, like that. Pick up 6 11-0s. Come back down this one and the 8-0. And make sure you kind of push these to the back a little bit. You don't want the 11-0s like in the front of the rondelles. And as you go, they tighten up and they don't move. Just make sure they're sort of in the back. Whoops, just like that. Six 11-0s, coming out of here, down this one, Back up this one and the 11-0. Cute. Just keep going. So go all the way around and then meet me back here at the end and we'll take a look at our earrings. You're done. Okay, we're back, and I just wanted to get you to the end before we look at our earrings. So I've put this last one on. I'm coming out of that 8-0. So now I'm just going to go up all the beads that are around where I have my ear hook, and that's just going to, oh no, just put some lotion on my hands, so I'm having trouble getting through. There we go. Okay. So then just go around all these beads, and that's going to reinforce your ear wire. Like this. And then at this point you can just like come up the 8-0. Wow, mine are tight. So come up this 8-0 and then just, you can come back down. Let's see, can we come down this one? Let's see how that looks. Come down this one. Just like that, and then just do that a couple of times just to sew in your thread. You can even come down to this one. You just want to make sure that your thread is nicely sewn in. I don't do knots with brick stitch because it's so tight that it holds in. Just, you know, sew around your beads a little bit. I'm just gonna sew your tail in. I'm just going to clip this. I'll burn this off with my thread burner. Like that. And here you go. Here's our earring. Fun, huh? So have fun with these. Play a little bit. Here, I'll pull a couple more out. Play a little bit. You know, just work with your brick stitch a little bit. Work on getting that second round even. It really isn't difficult if you're using these size rings. Use all kinds of fun spring colors because spring is finally coming, so we're very happy about that. All right, so I want to thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. Have fun.